Hi everyone, welcome back to the Data Guide, your go-to channel for mastering data engineering tools and concepts. If you are new here, I am Vishal and I create videos to help you build a strong foundation in data engineering tools and concepts. In this video, we will look into ADF, a powerful cloud-based ETL tool to move and transform data seamlessly. So in this video, I will cover what is ADF and why it's important, its key features and use cases, and a walkthrough of its UI. So by the end, you will have a clear understanding of ADF and be ready to start building data pipelines. So make sure to watch till the end and hit that like and subscribe button for more such content. So what is ADF? So Azure Data Factory is a cloud service used for building data pipelines. These pipelines are workflows that enable you to move data from different sources like databases, flat files, cloud storage to other destinations or data stores. So it is a data integration service that allows you to create data-driven workflows for orchestrating data movement and transforming data at scale. So in simpler terms, think of ADF as a tool that helps in automating the process of moving data from one place to another, like copying a file from your computer to a cloud server, but with extra capabilities for processing the data along the way. So its use cases are like moving data from on-premises to the cloud, automating ETL or ELT workflows, connecting to multiple data sources such as SQL, Blob, ADLS, REST APIs, etc., and integrating with Azure Synapse, Databricks, Power BI, and more. So why use ADF? So why should you use ADF? Now let's look at some of its key benefits. So first one is no infrastructure setup. So it is fully managed, so no need of servers to maintain. Code free and visual interface. So it is just like a drag and drop UI for pipeline building, 90 plus data connectors. It connects to SQL, Blob, APIs, SAP, etc. It is scalable and cost effective. You pay only for what you use and monitoring and scheduling. You can track pipelines execution and automate workflows. So now let's break down how ADF works under the hood. So whenever you make use of ADF, you will use of this component. So these are the some of the key components of ADF. So pipeline. So pipeline is a logical grouping of activities that perform a task. You can think of it like a container where you group tasks that needs to happen in sequence or parallel. For example, you could have a pipeline that first extract data from a database, then transform it, and finally loads it into a data warehouse. Second one is activity. So these are individual tasks within a pipeline. So you can perform tasks like copy, transform, lookup, execute. For example, you might use a copy activity to copy data from one data store to another data store. So some of common type of activities include like data movement activities, data transformation activities, or control activities. Next is data sets. So data sets represent data structure within the data stores, which simply point to or reference the data you want to use in your activities. Next one is linked service. These are much like connection strings, which lets you define connection information that's needed for ADF to connect to external resources. Last one is triggers. So trigger determines when a pipeline execution needs to be kicked off. So there are different types of triggers. So we will see it when we'll go to through walkthrough. So let me quickly show you. Let me open the Azure portal. So once you open the portal, you will see something like this. Let's just quickly click on this data factory. We'll create a new data factory here. So choose the existing resource group. So we'll name it TDG data factory. So leave the other settings as it is. Just click on review and create. Click on create. So you can see it is submitting the deployment. It is getting deployed here. So it will take few minutes to get deployed. So the deployment is succeeded. So just we'll go back here. Click on our data factory. So here you need to click on this launch studio. So once you click there, you will be redirected here, and then you will see the home page of the our data factory. So it is something like this. Just click on this pencil icon. It is the author. So once you click on this icon, so this is the portion where you perform your development. So here you can see few components like the pipelines, data sets, data flows, Power Queries, CDC here. So this is what I was talking about, pipeline. So you have to create a pipeline here. We'll create a new pipeline here, and we'll just add this activity here. So this is the pipeline. So like I told you earlier, like the pipeline is a logical grouping of activities that perform a task. Like, and you can see here number of activities available here. So in move and transform, you have copy data, data flow. So other activities are also here. So you have Synapse, Azure Data Explorer, Azure Function. You can perform. So if you want to add some function here, you can perform this inside this activity here, and you can connect it like this, and you can perform your ETL. So this is the pipeline and this is the activities. You have other activities also here like filter, for each, if condition, switch, until. All the activities are available here. So next one is linked service. So just click on this manage. So you will see a link services here. So link service is nothing but a connection string for your Azure resources. It might be Azure storage or it might be any service. So why do we need this link service? So your data factory knows that particular connection string, and if you perform any activity in the pipeline which requires to interact with that particular resource, then what ADF will do, it will take connection string from link service and will interact with that resource to perform the activity. Okay, so here you can create a link service for the external resource you want. You can create it for Azure Blob Storage and ADLS also. So next one is dataset. Again, we'll go back to this. Let's close it. Author. So you can see datasets. So if you see, I have created a few. Okay, the datasets are not available. So you can we can create a dataset here. So in simple terms, it is just a reference point what you want to use inside the activity. For example, so in this pipeline, so for example, a copy activity. So what it does, like it copies data from one source to another source. For example, if you want to copy data from one Azure storage to from an blob container, so to an another blob containers in the same Azure storage. So in that case, link service here represents connection string for that Azure storages, and the dataset represents information related to the blob storages or containers. So basically, dataset represents the exact location of source data and the destination. So next one is trigger. So here you can see add trigger button. So you can just trigger this pipeline now, or you can create a new trigger here. So you can see there are types of triggers available here: schedule trigger, tumbling window. So this is the type of triggers here. We'll see it later in the video. So basically, why we need trigger is like once you design your pipeline, you need to schedule it every day or based on your requirement. So that's why you need the triggers. Okay, so now you have a clear understanding of ADF and its key components. So in the next video, we will build a real pipeline in ADF from scratch.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the Data Guy for more beginner friendly data engineering content, and share this video with someone who is just starting out. Have questions or ideas for future videos? Drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, happy coding.